Right. It's been a while. Oh lord. That is a lot of packs. Let's see who's gonna be first in chat. First in a week, the Boohie. What's up? I'm back. Liz's back is feeling almost normal again. Yeah, she's fine. She just threw her back out and old people stuff. She had been kind of slacking a bit on working out and doing yoga and stuff. BNR is today, I believe so. How long till the BNR? 2 hours? 1 hour? 3 hours? She should go get her backpack before the binmen come. Oh. Did I just make up did I butcher my English expression? It's in 1 hour? Nice. Yeah. Gonna play a little Timeless. Start dipping my toes into Timeless, even though Timeless is one of the formats where they could have a ban, right? What is why don't y'all catch me up on the social media chatter about which format needs a ban? Assuming a lot of people think standard needs bans. I don't think they're gonna do anything in modern, right? What could they even do? I don't think they're ready to nuke to nerf the Eldrazi decks, right? Oh, sure, you could ask for a K command ban, but are we at that point? Is it time to pull the plug on K commands? Unban punishing fire. It's not the worst play patterns in the world. It's not the best. Isn't it weird to have a BNR before the set drops? I thought it was after usually. Well, aren't we always before or after a set dropped? Hilarious. Hey, Athena, thanks for the prime. All right. What are my timeless decks like? My last timeless decks: blue black lures, 2 bubbles, heal back. Ooh, that's a really old list. It doesn't have the 1/2. That 1/2 could get banned. Yes, yeah, I still have a deck with 8 Necro. That card's restricted, right? Yeah, I haven't played since Trip Mine. There's Force of Will. I lost 5 games today. XNO versus non-cause X commands deck. Some old ass decks.
Conflicts command ban or barbarism Mark Stevie.
Alright, should I just go look up some lists, or does someone yeah. I mean, I think Hammer Time might make a comeback, because then you 2-drop. That card's insanely powerful and exactly what the deck needs. Let's see, Kelv. Oh, you shared that the other day, didn't you? Raminate, Force of Will, Pact, you just one-shot people? Oops. I'm gonna have to play, if I play the qualifier, I'm gonna have to play the BO1 qualifiers. Because on the Friday before, I have a wedding. So that could be good for BO1, I'm assuming. $24 mythics. Ooh, they graced us with a rare Entomb. Wait, is Days really a common? Doomsday's probably mythic. Doomsday is rare? Oh. Oh, it's 7 mythics. What are the 7 mythics? Oh, mystical? No. Days? No. I mean, whatever, I'm probably gonna craft them, but... Do I have to pick the art? I can only craft one art, right? OG. Ah, that one's cool. Oh, the lands. Wait, no, it's like Relic of Fetch lands. What are the 3 other mythics? Maybe it's just Doomsday? Doesn't look like a mythic. What about school days? Do homework or fight crime? Oh, I'm confused to what are... Oh, Vamp Tutor. I didn't see the Vamp Tutors. I really like that art. They don't have OG. Dawn's better. Don't want to spend the extra mythic though. Dawn's pretty cool too. Infinite? I mean, I have 24 mythics. Let's have a couple of chests too. I mean, I haven't really run out in a while, but time for some pack. I just opened like almost 200 packs, like that had stocked up. Alright, let's try it. 1 surveillance, Darkflick Short, 2 basics. If you're trying to reanimate Mickey, all your only creature is Worm. Wait, only 3 Brainstorm? Was Worm in your hand and no other ways to get rid of it? Okay, why do we have a Consider? Because sometimes you want a Mystical Tutor for Consider. So you can Consider and then on the stack Vamp Tutor for Worm, is that the idea? I'm assuming. Damn, only 3 Brainstorm sounds weird to me. K command ban. I mean, people are asking for it. I feel like that's such a huge I'll do BO1 since that's probably what I'm gonna have to play first, but I'll consider it for the sideboard Doomsday. What is Doomsday good against? A Pale Geek. We're definitely gonna gamble on bans. Last time was kind of a fail though. I didn't have the right option. What are we gonna do? Standard? We should do standard and modern, and then we can also talk about other formats, but probably keep it to standard and modern. Alright, I've turned to kill, right? I've turned to kill with force and days back up. Is that real? Seems like a good hand. Opponent showed up with needle spires. Oh. Poor chap. Knife, gunfight, etc. I like how my very first game was the deck I did literally like I'll never get such a good hand again. I literally like had the absolute like best possible hands.
Wow, 4 years of chatting.
Oh, no changes all format. They actually banned something in standard. Fantascar crashes in effect. On Ben. Oh, looks perfect. I'm playing BO1 because I'm gonna have to win a BO1 plan if I want to even play in the qualifier. Which one was number 4? Number 4 is a given. Randomly generated changes for a fake format like Historic or Pioneer. Let's see if we're playing in someone who came up with something semi-reasonable. Okay, so I can Vam Tutor for Entomb. Entomb Death. I guess I'm keeping. Because of the Dark Ritual, also any blue cards. What's up with people in their white-red decks in BO1? Maybe they just have a lot of hate cards. Okay, all creatures have haste. I mean, this is another turn to kill, right? No force backup, though. I could just lose here. They could just have, like, turn to rest in peace somehow. Huh? No, not like that. Don't hit my one creature. Damn, Brainstorm Fetchland of the Ragavan. I don't know about BO1 that Boris and Mardor the most. Oh, really? Was what did they look like? That was pretty good against me. My one creature I get already has haste. Lower synergy. The best level 1 deck. Good place to start. Okay. Alright, spam tutor, I'm dumb. Getting in trouble over here. MJ is just Mardu energy from modern with 4 strip mines. It's insanely popular and insanely bad. It doesn't sound like the greatest. Alright, let's do a few more. If we like don't face any resistance, maybe I'll go to best of 3. What's the best deck in Timeless Calv according to you, or Darkest Mage? If do you have an opinion? Not sure who in chat's already qualified and playing the Timeless Qualifier, or who's gonna try the plans. 4 library. Well, 4 strip mine, 4 library though. Kirsch Kiwi. I keep getting either turn 1 kills or turn 2 kills was back. I guess last game was only turn 2 kill. It was no force backup. The better hit standard, there's a bunch of clear mistakes. What would be some standard bans? So people are calling for Kozilek's command in Modern. Is there a difference between banning Kozilek's command and Eldrazi Temple? Is command like a smaller hit? Temple is still more important. The Cup decks and the Izzet Soup could use a whacking. Lan or Elf. I mean, honestly, would Mono Green Landfall be that much worse without Elf in it? A lot of time, Elf is your worst draw, worst stub deck. I mean, obviously, it's good, but Storm Chaser is still in Nature's Rhythm, but that doesn't nerf Green Landfall. Is that not a problem? Elf would hurt way more than Cup for Landfall. Yeah, but neither would like hurt a ton, right? I might actually lose this game to a strip mine. I just ban Harmonizer. So they don't have the like. This way they don't have the. Is there any? I'm assuming there's nothing I need to be worried about, right? It would have to be free and uncounterable. Yeah, you remove the combo and then they're like way more one-dimensional, and yeah, I like that. That makes sense. Rather than ban like something like Elf or Cub and then realize that I guess I should do Vam Tutor here. Vam Tutor for reanimate spell. It's nice. It also means I can't even draw the boom boom. I do go down to 9 every game. They do get me pretty low every game. I will say that. This is even dumber than the like the Omniscience deck, I think, or there was like the one deck like that where I just easily 5-would and be best of one time for the qualifier. In Strip Mine, you can Ritual, Entomb, Daze, bounce your one. Oh yeah, good call. Honestly, don't know what this should do for standard. I mean, nerf blue-reds. It could ban like one. I mean, honestly, they can really ban as many blue-red cards as they want, right? There'll always be more. Just nerf it and then get rid of Harmonizer. Sounds good. Predrag would do Talent, Tablet, or Rev. Cub, Harmonizer, and one lesson card. Okay. Might as well fetch, right, against Strip Mine. I think if you want to open up control, you have to ban the tablet because not playing right is pretty troll right now. Yeah, tablet's way too good. Plus, aren't they printing they were printing something that's really good was the tablets. Oh, not really good, but they're printing the new counter flash, the one for blue and two, which is kind of what that deck wants because it's a counter spell and it's also like really nice with tablets. Let's see. Is it Entomb first? Does it matter? I even want to do Brainstorm first. Do I have my upkeep? Huh? Oh, I guess I can still win. That Brainstorm. Never punished. Oh no, I can't cast it. Alright, well that was silly. Get arenas. Yeah, I'm not sure I can blame Arena for that one. Powerful stuff. Is like Animate Dead or something legal? Like for the spots where you don't have the life to, or is it just not worth it? Yeah. Necromancy costs 2 and black should probably be in the deck. Damn, opponent can live actually? They're not gonna try. I guess Animate Deck's not legal if MJ's just mentioning Necromancy. Hey Alan. Apparently it's not even the best deck in not in best stuff free. Alright, let's try have you ever qualified for an arena championship, Alan? Or maybe you don't even try. You don't play them that often. Yeah, I try almost every time. I've came close a few times. I was closest I got was up a game, one game away, and then I just had 2 really bad draws. It was pretty brutal, but I guess you're pretty I guess looking forward to the BNR today. Let's go. World is what? There's like The Hobbit plus one other set before Worlds. Yeah, they're fun. The structure is really fun too. And it's nice that like the day before you can, just play on best of three. It gives you some reps. If you have a reasonable deck, I think I've almost always qualified. I almost never not qualify for a play-in. And it gives you some good reps and the formats are kind of fun. No, it's cool events. 3 more sets before Worlds. Ooh, I talked about my Hall of Fame ballot on the podcast. I ended up voting for Javier, who should get 100% of votes. I'm assuming he's going to be the first one to make it into the Hall with 100% of votes. I voted for Ken Yukihiro. I voted for Jean-Emmanuel Despraz, and I voted for Brad Nelson. And then Sam Party was up there for me. Could have considered Utah. Reed wrote a good article. Wait, this deck mulligans? What? 5 cards. I have 2 extra lands. Let's go 5. All right. What about Matt Nass? I think his resume is all worse than Sam Pardee's and people. It was tough. There was a lot of good candidates, honestly, especially if you look up past criterias. But now there's like the arena, there's like some smaller field events. I mean, I'm assuming it's only Javier and Ken who are going to make it. And there's going to be a bunch of people who are going to be pretty close to making it, but there's just enough strong candidates that the votes are going to be. I feel like Sam Party almost suffered from being my teammate. I didn't want to. I feel like it would have been a little biased to vote for him. It was tough. It was tough. Honestly, past Javier, like even Ken, I guess his results are a bit better than some of the other people, but only playing once here instead of 2 seems like a mistake. I mean, it didn't seem very relevant in best of 1, but yeah. Can I still win? I can't even sack my fetch. Yeah, I just need to draw. Need to draw exactly Entomb. Alright, so I have the Doomsday Kill. I don't want to sideboard much, right? Maybe bring in Voyage in the dark. Couple Thoughtseize. Doomsday is why they have like infinite graveyard hate. Oh, I guess Spact is just really bad in these matchups, right? It can just board out all the packs. White decks, I assume they have Plow plus hate. Is it a white deck? Is it a white deck? Oh, you mean the Doomsday Kill is for the white decks? Yeah. Maybe I'll do an extra Traxel. Yeah, picking people past heavier and Kano is all tough. Wait, did I bring in Gemstone or there's just one in the main? I think there's just one in the main. Gemstone in the main feels a little spewy. I should probably cut it. Do they even know what I'm up to?
XDD 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 XDD.
Oh, I thought I had that fixed.
XDD 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 XDD.
There we go. My bad.
XDD 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 XDD. That's 40 XDDF.
Was it 40? It's not like quite 40. Chalice for 1. Yeah, Gemstone in the main when your deck's such a bad Gemstone Cavern. I mean, it is an incredible, I guess, Gemstone Cavern deck when you're on the draw. You just get to Vamp Tutor your first draw step. I kind of want to Entomb. Vamp Tutor is really bad against another Chalice. Is Lotus Petal legal? No, I have 1 turn left to draw. Or is it already too late? Oh, I'm already dead. GG. Turn too late. Not on arena outside of the cube. All right. 30 minutes. Okay, let's do one more match. And then we can do prediction. Yeah, the first best of 3 match. I didn't even win a game, right? Lost to my own Gemstone Cavern. GG, thanks for the games. Longtime fan, was really stoked to play against you. Hey, good games. Good games, good games. been following for 7 years and your first message. What a lurk. Nothing wrong with that. Better luck next time. Yeah, what's good in Timeless? What's good in Best of Free Timeless? You play that format a lot? Hmm. This Best of One have. I mean, it's not even the algo, right? Even if there was an algo, it's just like distribution of spells just been really bad. Mardu Energy, that's what people were saying, but then DM was also saying it's really popular but really bad. All right. Back on the turn to kill. In every event, energy is the most popular deck and worst performing deck. The evidence is clear. It isn't for serious people. Yeah, I'm gonna lose to like 1 days here, but 1 days, 1 force. They don't days dead, they're dead though. I can't really do anything, right? I can't play it slower than that. Kind of interesting that you're like, oh, supposed to days that, because then I just lose to Dark Ritual. Maybe that force. And doesn't really matter, I guess. Is what my opponent playing the best deck? Seems like it could be. What deck has this? Maybe Frog. That card is just silly right now. This card with Fetch Plan is kind of a 1/2 for 1 that draws you a card every turn almost. The Natty Mickey in the yards. Nope. Because what that card does is you turn lands in your deck in islands, and then you can fetch for them. So in theory, you can fetch for a Strip Mine. The Strip Mine comes into play, it draws you cards. Also, the same land can get hit multiple times. So in theory, you can even draw like fetch for the land and draw 2 cards. Wait, is it BNR? Oh no, it's from where it is? 2015. Wow. I actually got it all. I can't play around days though. I guess might as well put back ritual and I guess it's still that. Last card days or they don't have green mana for death rights. Oops is right. Keep ritual can play around days? No, because I either have to keep the second land or the ritual. I didn't have enough cards. Alright, second gemstone. Against blue-black, I'm assuming their interaction's mostly gonna be like Thoughtseize encounters. Trim. What's the worst card in my deck? Consider maybe. You can choose better vocabulary. The English language has infinity words. I'm sure you can come up with something a little better. Strip Mind Force every single game or Turbo Reanimator. Yeah, I mean, I agree. It doesn't sound appealing in theory when you hear that. This is gonna be my last match with the deck. I'm gonna just maybe build myself a Necro deck. Ritual, days. All right. I mean, that days is actually kind of a break. I could keep the sewers, right? Oh, wait, I'm dumb. I'm missing. Oopsie. The Ancestral Recall I can tutor for. Wait, I just brain fogged. I thought I had turn to kill. Also, why did I keep the second ritual, you might ask? No one knows. No one really knows. Do all these people chilling on Timeless even play the format? Probably not. So I said in theory it doesn't sound like the greatest, but you never know. MSBNO, I think in 20 minutes. Hello, YouTube. Boundless is in an hour, 11 ESC usually. Hey, Rob. Yeah. Oh, no, sorry. Roblox. Roblox at war. The one lone chatter. Looks like I got guts. Is this like better in BO1? Oh yeah, much better. Bowmaster. How hard is the Doomsday Loop? How well set up are you? Let's do Thoughtseize on the play. And then let's cut both caverns. Guess I'll do a track saw. Should I do just Ralph and a track saw? And then that's kind of good enough. Let's try that. The free value creatures. I mean, Surgical's probably going to be good enough to beat me no matter what. Because it's going to be really hard to combo twice. Primer has some notes on sideboard him. Does Cavern do anything? It's Gemstone Cavern. It's the one that starts into play when you're on the draw. Darkest Mage probably right. The deck should have to surveil land, even though I could see it being pretty bad when you draw it. Alright, so up to bottom two, right? I could yellow, keep one land. No, I can't really do that. This has force and a tutor, even if I really have to force something. Just let them have it, obviously. How many lands do they play? Second Surveil might be too bad. I mean, it's always the same thing with Surveil, right? The values from it being in your deck, not drawing, and it's probably like not the worst to have in your hand. I'm assuming it's right. It's almost always right to have extra Surveil. Wow. See, like if they have Surgical, sure, in theory, I can do it again, but maybe Fat and Mulligan. Maybe if you keep 7, you can maybe reassemble everything again. Well, sometimes they just don't have it, just at the one Thoughtseize. Alright, prediction time. 20 minutes. Predictions for standards and modern. Alright, no bans. No bans, no unbans. Standard, what should we do? Should we just do like only standard, only modern, standard, and modern? Just keep it simple. 20 is too much. Alright. So how do I time it? 15? 10? standard bands, no modern. Only standards. Only standards. Bands. Oh yeah, I could do combined. That could be more fun. What should we do? Just only standard, only modern, standard and modern, or should we do number of total bands and on bands, I guess? Fantastic car prediction, no, not really. I don't play Legacy or Vintage. Total number. That's kind of two in favor. They're like, we feel bad for people trying to play Splinter Twin in modern. In the sake of saving people from themselves, Splinter Twin is now banned. Alright, let's do no bans and unbans. Let's do the total thing. One total. Let's just not worry about unbans. Or we could do. Should I just do that? I'm gonna go like not enough. Wait, I have the copy paste technology. Should I just go until as many lines they give me? What can you have? How many prediction lines can we even get? Maybe I'll stop at 10 plus, 9 plus if anyone wants to go ham. No, let's do that's silly. That's gonna be FOMO for people. Let's do like 6 plus. Alright, is that good? Did I mess up the polls again? The prediction? 9 plus. I mean, I will, I guess. Sure. See who the real Chads are. Type into 2 total, 1 total, ban unban. Oh, you ban? Someone's gonna be like, actually, Gab.
We have top men working on it right now.
No, it says prediction for standard and modern in the title.
Top men.
This is only for standard and modern. Anything else you can predict in the chat, we'll take notes, keep receipts, and then you can have bragging rights. Nah, who cares about legacy? We must cover old bases or the prediction. Change timer to 9. No, it's an 11. Alright, start prediction. There we go. We're good. Hello, Jose. She still play 8 mocks. Oh, I didn't have 8 mocks. 4 mocks, 4 ritual, 2 push, inquisition, reanimate. More timeless list, thank you. Red or aggro? Cool. Mono black Stompy. Ooh, Bargoyf. Yes, Bargoyf's not very good in my deck. The One Ring is legal. No Necro? I don't care.
Just thinking about it again.
Oh. Stinky butts.
Thinking about it. I was forgetting.
No dates for sub deck for you. Just played one. Is that like in order of how well they did in the Swiss? Looks like Necro might still be reasonable in a reasonable spot. I don't know, is there a good fake card I can play? I might not even be a good strip mine deck. Yeah, just won't play the strip mines. I'll play one because I have one for now. BNR should be in 7 minutes. Is there like a really OP black creature? Zemo. Alright, wait, well. No one's gonna hit me with the insanely OP black creature. Bargoyf. I could almost play Bargoyf. Do like one. Where did it go? I went to my sideboard. Play like 1 main, 2 sideboard or something, see if it's any good. Like the Soaring package. Sure, they're fine. Dothy? Oh, Dothy. That one's pretty new, right? Probably wasn't around last time I played the deck. Could be sideboards. I don't know, I haven't played with the Elenda package as much, Sorin and sub. My vibes was that but when the Arena Championship rolled around, everyone was playing Sorin. I'm not sure it means they were right, but Alright, that hand's pretty decent. Just gonna get rid of could get rid of Bowmaster actually. Might be better with my very specific hand. 5 minutes, yeah, we'll just pause when it's up. Who has the link for us? Who has the link updated for us? What was the most recent one? So the way it usually works is what's today? We're hackers over here. August 10. We're into the Matrix chat. We're into the frame. Mainframe. Force tricks. Alright, Force pretty obnoxious here. How's Liz holding up? Her back is feeling better. Her back has felt better every day, but today's the first day where she can kind of pick up the little one. Alright, Chromux. Maybe Chromux needs to go in the Force of Will format, or maybe you don't play as many. Especially since you can only play 5 Necro. We'll see. Yo, look who's back. Are they saving standards? Maybe the Hobbit will be enough to save standards.
It's Yellow Hat Pigeon again with the report that it's been 111 years waiting for a BNR update page. Please send help Yellow Hat find Yellow Hat Pigeon's Yellow Hat Pigeon.
Alright, well, let's make them use their force. They might have that one too. They might also have days. It's kind of GG if the days my... What was the other creature we saw? I already forget. Oh, it was Colligan's Command. Yeah, I'm gonna play the Chromox. It might be good if I have or a Shelly or something as well. I really don't want to let them days. Mox first, yeah. The forced was force, I think. Pretty good answer to Belful's tricks. Oh. Lag or different link? Sometimes they mix it up. Hey! Standard free bands. Modern, no changes. Called it. Oh, I didn't even make my own prediction. Damn, I suck. Fantascar is banned in Legacy. Fantascar is restricted in Vintage. Okay, Timeless, no changes. Howdy Gamers. Classic Howdy Gamers. Cub, Talent, and Grand. Who got it? I didn't take a look at like people's predictions and stuff. 23-16. Wow. Damn, my chat is on point. Free total ban on bans. Easy. I lost a Bowmaster battle. I got. They actually banned Cub. Yeah, I mean, Cub's playable in Modern now. It's playable in other formats. Are the ban lives now? I think they go ban instantly on Magic Online and for Arena. It says in the article. Changes effective of August 10, We're gonna go for the article and the explanations too in a second. Wait, how did you get to free lands? They were stuck on one. Alright. Payout prediction. Yeah, I want to double check. Okay, free total ban on bans, right? For standard and modern. Alright, against the fair deck. Let's do Bargoyf. Let's cut Cry. Let's do the rest and the castles. Let's cut the Chrome Mox, I guess. I don't know if my deck really functions Chrome Mox, but how many mana sources? I'm bringing 2 castles. Kind of nice. Works out nicely. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 19. I'll keep 1. Fluid Bubble, Leyline, Kalidas. Do the Voidwalkers. Got the Flutes. Got some Marches. Yeah, people could just kill turn 1 or turn 2 in Vintage was the fantastic car. Brother, where are my lands? Alright. Are the changes live effectively? Maybe I'll go play some standards. Alright. Howdy gamers. As usual, we'll be on weekly MTG on Twitch Magic tomorrow, August 11 at 10 a.m. Pacific. talk through the changes. As a reminder, the next BNR will be October 12th. Standard. For the last several months, Standard has been headlined by two strategies that are clearly ahead of the pack. Badgermole Cup-based strategies in green and various decks utilizing blue-red non-creature spells. For most of this time, the gap between these two strategies and the rest of the format was discernible but not insurmountable, and many decks could find success each weekend. The standard metagame was diverse and changed over time. The green decks evolved from Urborg decks to Nature's Rhythm decks to landfall strategies. The blue-red decks splintered into Izzet Prowess, Izzet Lessons, and Izzet Spelementals. We saw new decks like Mardu Discard and 4-color Control emerge. During this period, Standard had some problems, but it was healthy overall, and we elected to not ban cards during our updates to the banned and restricted list. Recently, the gap between the top decks and the rest of the field has widened. The biggest development is a new Badgermole Cup deck called Celestia Offense that has emerged as the strongest green variant. Is that still true? Which part is Scopium? Like previous variants that incorporated Nature's Rhythm, its focus is on ending the game as quickly as possible with the help of practiced offense and from Secrets of Strixhaven. This iteration is more resilient and difficult to attack thanks to its utility lands and a creature suit focused on resilience, including a Hexproof Threat and Leatherhead Swampstalker. That it was okay before, but not now. Yeah. I mean, they give it time sometimes, when it's somewhat close and they still have hope. I think that's fine. The world of competitive Magic has largely shifted its attention to Modern over the last 2 months with the Modern Regional Championship qualifier season and Pro Tour Magic the Gathering, blah, 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 to brunt of competitive pressure. Because of this, there haven't been high-level turns for Celestia Offense to succeed in. Our picture of the shape of the Standard metagame is fuzzier than it would be if Standard were under a higher degree of competitive pressure. Despite this lack of in-person tournaments to look at, the story told by our data from MTG Arena is clear. Celestia Offense has the highest win rate by a large margin, winning over 57% of its matches. And it also has the second highest play rate. Normally, win rates fall as play rates climb. Decks that can maintain high win rates while also having high play rates are large threats to the balance of formats. In fact, the overall profile of the Celestia Offense deck in our data is very similar to what Vivi and Soul Cauldron data looked like at the time we banned Vivi. Okay, well, that's an info that we don't really have, right? That only they have. So happy the car is gone. Two of the faster archetypes are gone, but we still have tablet control. Yeah, usually, like the threshold, I think, is usually 55% win rate. Like being the most played deck or one of the most played deck and having over 55% win rate over a decent amount of time. So 57 is kind of a lot. Most of the time, when a new deck breaks onto the scene with a high win rate and quickly picks up steam, it's not cause for alarm. It takes time for players to figure out how to play against a new strategy and adapt their sideboards and strategies to face it. In this case, Celestia Offense is not a brand new deck, it's an evolution of one of the format's pillar and represents a new balance of resiliency and speed with few weaknesses. The combination of a sustained high win rate and play rate in our data in addition to Badgermole's Cub's history of dominance is concerning. Rather than wait for the upcoming Standard RCQ season to prove that Celestia Offense will be problematic for in-person Standard, we're electing to act now. Banning cards in Standard is something we take very seriously. We generally err toward being conservative with changes in Standard. Standard being stable is important for its long-term health. The risk that this Standard format becomes severely imbalanced and not fun to play is high enough for us to take action today. Our goal with today's change is to pave the way for Standard to be fun and diverse format as competitive pressure returns to it. On the other hand, there was the Standard showcase on MTGO, the one Canister one, and it seemed everyone decided offense was very exploitable and nobody played it. Yeah, I mean, I haven't kept exact track, but I was gonna say, has there been high pressure, people actually trying hard in Standard recently? people on Arena are probably not trying to solve the white-green problem that hard. So that 57% win rate might be not the most relevant. Badger Mole Cub is a clear choice for a card to ban from Celestia offense. Cub has been an extremely powerful and format-defining card in Standard ever since it was released. We've discussed it at length in several previous ban and restricted announcements. It is a cheap threat that demands an immediate answer, and its controller develop an instrumental mana advantage. The pressure Cub exerts on decks to be able to answer a 2-mana creature forces them to value mana efficiency highly and compresses the format in unhealthy ways. Without Cub, Standard will be more fun and have more breathing room. Our data shows that Standard has 3 distinct decks at the top in terms of metagame share. We've discussed the top decks in terms of win rates at length already. Celestia offense. The other 2 most played decks are Jeskai Lessons. Oh, it's the new variant was Grand that goes up to 7, and Izzet Prowess, which represents the blue-red side of the Standard Garmin historic dichotomy. To prevent one of these established decks from taking over as the best deck in the format, after banning of Cub, we're electing to also ban cards from Izzet Prowess and Jeskai Lessons. So top 8 is like Canister was not playing Grand deck that won. I mean, I don't think his record was amazing, right? He lost 2 in the Swiss, 6-2. Mono Green Landfall is like, is Landfall going to care that much about a Cub ban? I would guess not, right? Isn't it just Mono Green Landfall and is it spells? Okay, that version actually has Talon in it. The American Cruciator, Mono Green Landfall. That's so bounds. I guess they either work together or if you look at the last 7 or 14 days, offense is not a top 4 deck on MTGO. You can play Landfall without Cub because it's the worst spell in the deck. I mean, sure, the Earthbend comes in. I'm not saying like it's bad, but I don't think it's like that big of a deal. Yeah, I don't know. It sounds like maybe the tunnel vision on their arena data and data is good, obviously. I mean, it's a good starting point, but maybe they lack a like bigger picture and they saw a number that was all too high to their liking and pulled the plug. All right, let's see what they have to say. Izzet Prowess has been strongest among the various blue. So what's the stock kind of list? You can play Stallion or Slick Shots. It's a fast and aggressive deck capable of winning the game. Blah 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 blah. We know what it does. Stormchaser Stallion is Izzet Prowess keystone card and the card we're electing to ban. I mean, I think that makes sense, right? That card just does it all. It's hard to interact with profitably. It makes Boomerang basics good. I assume part of it is setting themselves up to make the best decisions for the rotational bans. I doubt this next format will be perfect. Setting this, I don't really understand. your point, I guess. Not sure I understand your sentence, to be fair, but I agree with Scub and talent bans. I just don't like the explanation. Relying way too much on arena data. Well, arena data would be good if people were practicing for RCs and RCQs and trying hard, and there's some kind of, I don't know what the word is. That a word? Emulation? Is that a word in English? An effort, yeah, I think an effort to repeat a good act or style said by someone else. I don't know. Maybe it's, anyways. You know, like people actually thinking about stuff and going past level 1 and. I love hearing 17 Lance Truth or Gap trash the use of data. Yeah, I mean, I'm not claiming I'm always the most consistent. It's also one of the best cards against control, right? As Storm Chaser Talon was always the best card against control. And they didn't nerf control. That's the thing that's always missing from their explanations. Like the Storm Chaser, let's see what they say about Gran. Lessons decks are a blue-red variant that have been consistently strong in Standard since release. Jeskai Lessons is a new evolution of them that incorporates Tablet of Discovery and Jeskai Revelation to gain a powerful late game. It's one of the variations of blue-red that doesn't commonly play Storm Chaser Sound, and it has the highest play rate in Standard on MTG Arena. Alright, so this is number 1, and number 2 is white-green offense. To prevent Lessons variants from taking the top slot in the next iteration of Standard, we're choosing to ban Gran. Gran is a powerful mana engine for Lessons deck. I mean, Gran is also the best turn 1 against mono green landfall. Seems like Landfall is going to have a field day with these bans. Like Cub, it demands a quick answer due to its snowballing nature. Like Talon, it's inappropriately threatening 1 mana card that provides too much late game advantage for a card that costs 1 mana. Gran is in a unique spot as Jeskai Lesson is light on creatures, making counterplay against the deck more difficult. It demands an answer by creature removal this week against the rest of the Jeskai Lessons deck. With all 3 of today's bans, we are acting to improve the metagame diversity of Standard and slow down the format. The biggest gameplay issue of the Standard environment has been its speed. The strongest cards and strategies have forced decks to interact earlier to compete in a metagame, blah, 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 blah. Magic Design has learned much from this particular Standard environment. We have greatly increased our level of scrutiny on the 1 and 2 mana cards that demand an answer to prevent early snowbally starts. Similarly, we've put a lot of thought and energy into what we want the speed of Standard to be and how we can design cards that make that a reality. These adjustments have been in the works for a while and will soon start to set release with those learning. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they usually do a pretty good job. I feel like they kind of missed this time. My like kind of first instincts that mono green. I haven't played Standard in a while, so that's disclaimer, you know. But it seems like mono green landfall's not gonna care about the Cub ban, and now they don't have to worry about Gran. Seems like that control deck can just be fine without Gran. And it's, you know, people tablet ramping into Jeskai Rev is not the most fun experience for mid-range decks. Like, mid-range might just get cannibalized by control. Green Landfall is going to be really strong. Not too sure. What would I have? I mean, probably ban something more impactful from the Green Landfall deck, and then maybe ban the tablet too. Now the bans are fine. The Cub one is questionable. Feel like they could have, maybe Elf was a bigger nerf. Like if you had to pick Elf or Cub, isn't Elf a bigger nerf to these green decks? Also, there's the wallet thing too. It's maybe Maybe they felt a little silly banning Elf. Yes, Spell Elemental's also untouched. Even though some seems like the most recent versions had the talent usually. Yeah, the real heavy Z. That's what Pre-Drag was saying. Like you ban what's it called? Harmonizer, Might Form Harmonizer, and then at least you don't have to worry about their long game and their combo kill. You take out one dimension of the landfall deck. That would have been maybe, but then that doesn't cover the. Apparently, they just had that stat that said white green Celestia was offense and it was the second most played deck and had a best win rate by a lot. So maybe good bans would have been Talent. Maybe they didn't have to ban Grand Grand. They're about to release a format was Elf Ball. Oh yeah, true. They're printing a lot of good elves. Yeah, that's probably one of the reasons. Also, kind of goes into what Ben was saying about they put it in foundations and planned around it. I worry what beats control. Not gonna lie. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe like annoying permanence. But yeah, I don't know. Might be with flow state being an okay ban. I'm assuming flow state's not that big of a deal. But once again, I haven't played standard recently. Chad, does it make my random now Playdog won't have to decide whether or not he has to play Elf and Cub in his green mid-range decks. Are the bans not effective immediately? When are the bans effective? Minus for Cub, plus for Wood Elves. Oh, damn. Playdog just talking dirty to me right now. I'm excited for the Wood Elves. Just finally tying the room together. Why'd you replace Cub was? Good question. I guess it depends on the build. I think Forest Origins was pretty stuck. There's some new good ones in The Hobbit, right? Hmm. I guess it's blue-green. I forget. I mean, you could just do like second Sirach, fourth Harmonizer. Maybe these cards become worse without Cub. Probably have to like, I mean, Wood Elves might be. Does Hobbit have any promising replacement for Cub? There's a lot of elf cards. I don't know. Let's see. Does the dwarf deck? I guess the dwarf deck still has to worry about the harmonizer kill. I was wondering if the dwarf deck could be good against control because a lot of the creatures are annoying. Let's see if you don't want to splash. Dawn in the Valley. Search your library for basic land, put it in your hand. I mean, I don't know if you need another 3 mana cards. And you don't have that many elves. I don't look like there's anything crazy good. I'm excited to try Dwarf and Equipment. Hope it's decent. It looks at least decent. They really pushed it. You play Fenrir before Wood Elves. Probably. Yeah. I mean, Wood Elves is only good if you have Surveil Land, right? Or not only, but much better. Let's see what they said about Modern, actually. Innovation is brewing in Modern. Just a couple of weeks ago, the best players in the world converged in Amsterdam to play competitive Modern and Booster Draft. The results, Boros Energy and Affinity were at the top of the metagame in terms of population, but they struggled to convert that popularity to success in the form of a solid win rate. Many of the most successful decks of the weekend were in the hands of people that explored what was possible in the format and incorporated new tools into existing shells. One new flavor stood out above the rest, Eldrazi Trudge. You take, blah, blah, blah. Well, no spike mentioned. Disrespectful. Trudge had a 65% win rate. Simic Neoform was the only other archetype at the event with a notable number of pals that won more than 60% of its matches. If this sort of win rate were to persist for either of these archetypes, we'd be fairly worried. However, Modern is a format that has been long defined by polar matchups, and we've seen many decks have extremely successful weekends before falling out of favor soon after. PTEOE was an example of that, was Mono Blue Belcher was the only deck with multiple pilots in the top 8, but it hasn't been a player in the metagame since. Wait, isn't that just bad faith or disingenuous? Wasn't the Belcher win rate not even that good? I think there was a bunch in the top 8, but the win rate was actually like 50% or so, no? From what we've been able to see on Magic Online in the time since the Pro Tour, it appears that Eldrazi Trudge is on its way to being a healthy member of an organically churning metagame. I agree. I'm not super impressed by the Trudge deck overall. I think it's nothing special, but might be because of the decks I play. Might be just vibes, bias, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, it was not a great deck 1 year ago. Spike has been talking about that. Yes, that win rate was very bad. So it was a bad example for them to use. Oh, the Belcher. Yeah. I feel like Carmen would know that too. I don't know. I mean, it's not like it's their only job to like think about that stuff, and you don't have like unrealistically high expectations for everything, but still okay to point out the good, point out the bad. But it hasn't been from what we the previously mentioned Neoform, however, is a deck we're paying close attention to. Neoform has fallen in and out of favor in Modern, which is something that we like to see. It can be concerning, however, when we see the number of weekends that are favorable for it increase over time. The deck uses Rider to put a creature. This type of strategy, which manipulates the rules engine of Magic, is something that we think is cool to exist as a baseline, and we like to see innovative deck builders try to push these decks into the competitive scene. Dredge and Lantern Control are similar decks that have become iconic for the way that they use cards in some of the most mind-bending applications imaginable. Neoform poses a problem on top of its novelty, game compression. Because it's so all or nothing and has the ability to win on turn 2, we have concerns that the deck can make Modern worse if it becomes a regular player, seeing 10% or more of the metagame share in any given Modern tournament. That being said, we don't think it's anywhere near that state now. Yeah, I mean, for what it's worth, I thought Neoform was just kind of a joke deck almost. I kept getting mad. I kept getting mad at people in my team that even mentioned Neoform as a reason to do this or that. I was like, why are we even mentioning Neoform as a meaningful reason to like adjust the ways we're building decks or worry about the matchup and stuff? Overall, Modern looks like a place where any given deck is exploitable and can be beaten, and we're happy to see that degree of self-correction in our non-rotating formats. We appreciate the degree to which standard appropriate cards have found homes in Modern over the last couple of years, and we look forward to seeing what comes with Magic the Gathering: The Hobbit. I like that it didn't explain. Yeah, someone mentioned it earlier. They're like, no explanation needed. I want to see what they say about Timeless. The most powerful format on MTG Arena has seen little change since the last announcement. The most competitive decks continue to keep each other in balance, while shifts in popularity come in waves. Currently, Entomb and Reanimate strategies are the most popular, but they are weak to control-focused decks. We'll continue to monitor overall trends in Timeless in case any archetype consistently establishes itself above the rest, but that has yet to happen. Yeah, I mean, Hearts have a good picture without people really putting their energy in figuring the format out. The historic write-up was pretty insulting. It was a decklist. Any explanation of the decklist, was it? Yeah, I don't know. They obviously they can't just write infinite about every format, but I would like I think I say that almost every time, right? That it would be nice if they talked about stuff that was close. Like they didn't really they mentioned Trudge. They kind of alluded to Temple and Kazakh's command when they said incorporated new tools into existing shells. But yeah. It is I think it's hard for them to nerf Eldrazi. Such a big part of Modern, and probably if you ban either Temple or Command, it's just kind of Jover. You could maybe ban Mako Spawn, because Mako Spawn's like one of the hardest ones to interact with. That could be maybe more subtle, but then there's some versions that don't even play Mako Spawn. Yeah, they're not quite ready to do it, which I think is fine. I don't mind them not I mean, I expected them to not ban anything in Modern, so obviously I guess it's fine. I don't know if it's fine, but I understand why they're not banning anything on bans. I guess they obviously thought about it. They've been on banning cards and they felt like they're good. Since the violent outburst did basically nothing, I think you can just unban have the list. If you ban any of the lands in the deck just kind of dies for Eldrazi, yeah. Probably. But sometimes we say that, like, in Boros Energy, lost Flage, and then I was like, there's no way. I mean, I guess I was somewhat vindicated by the PT results that Energy did really poorly. How has the metagame been in Modern? So I haven't streamed in a few days. Wow. Energy and Affinity are just we're 1 and 2 and they're not even in the top 5. They voted combo. The mere yeah, there's not even that much Eldrazi, I guess. 5% plus Trudge 9, 12. Well, probably still close to 20, but is that going from no losses to no wins between day 1 and day 2 of the Pokemon? Yeah, 505 was the same deck. When are the standard changes hitting the client's arena? They say someone was saying within a few hours. Apparently it takes an hour, 25 minutes. Where's Neoform, by the way? Neoform's not even top 15. Neo brands. Esper Bling, Demir Mid, Demir Mids. New meta. Pretty reasonable lists. White green ramp? What's the white for? Orange chance? I was thinking about trying the blue white Terminus deck I was playing, Command Terminus, but white green, just cut the blue cards and play make a spawn and keep Terminus plus Kozilek's command because that was a good part of the deck. I don't even really understand that deck. Do you have a combo as Arms Chance? It's just like because you're weak to combo. Oh, you have Emeritus. Emeritus Arms Chance. Control 8 or more lands, this creature becomes prepared. Is there just a bunch of decks in Modern that can't kill a free for? I used to get at least one buyback. Early versions were playing 1-2 Scepters. Yeah. That kind of makes sense. Maybe This guy should be Terminus in that deck. Or Color Reanimator. The lack of eye twitch is upsetting. Might have to get in there and change that. I'll be trying probably trying Hammer Time with the new cards, the new dwarf. Try some of the blue cards too in Blue Eyed Artifact. Maybe go back to the Eye Twitch decks too. All right, I should be back on a regular schedule too. Back tomorrow was what? Maybe we can do standard. Just some standard, even though I have no standard coming up. Just standard before the high. It's always weird the day before the new set, and then Wednesday I'm scheduled on the Ultimate Guard channel the next 2 Wednesdays. No Wasteland Wednesday. Modern Super Qualifier on Saturday. I kind of have to start playing those again. I've never had to play a qualifier on Magic Online, really. So I guess I need a modern deck. So maybe just play modern tomorrow. Just try and find a modern deck for Saturday. Sultai Eye Twitch. Which one is Sultai? Let's see. I'm just gonna. Should I still? Oh, that was like Narset days. This is pretty similar to that one person in my chat who was doing well and wasn't playing the full for discharge. I think they only had 3 Narsets in 1 days, but pretty similar. The iTwitch deck gets the new I don't know, maybe that card's just not meaningful, but also basically in the podcast, Edgar kind of talked me into Golem just being a super mid card. I think I think he might be right, and I might got all like overhyped about it during set review. The Sackville Baggins is iTwitch new best friend. I mean, you could argue it's worse than a Deadly Dispute. Play Frog in iTwitch. Does the mana work? Doesn't sound like the mana works. Like Tower is the best card in that deck. How do you play Frog, Rumble, and Tower? I don't know. I just thought it was really generically good cards. And now you're gonna play. I don't know. I think I'd still be shocked to see a lot of black decks without at least 1 or 2 in the main. Maybe the ceiling's like maybe it's just like not the greatest card, but just good enough to see a lot of play. I'd be shocked, all right. Anything that goes well with iTwitch. Hey, Christoph. What's up, buddy? There's no like insane green card, right? Like a real modern power level green card. Then black green. Outer wolves. Yeah. Yeah, the Hobbit set looks really nice. I feel like a lot of the sets in the past year or two are just have been like feel like nice flavor, good cars are gonna make an impact. I think they still do a pretty great job overall was card design. I'm always impressed. But yeah, I don't think they did the best job with the standard bands. Time will tell, but still like there's still a squeeze of you need to be able to interact with green landfall and it's really tough. You need to worry about tablet Jeskai ref control and you can't just play any mid-range deck. The blue-red, there's still spellmentals. Maybe deck survives without Talon and Gran, honestly. What's the plan? I think I might just do like pretty short stream today. Just in case Liz still needs help with the little one. But back to regular streaming. I don't even think we're leaving for the rest of August. So I should be on almost, in theory, almost every day for the rest of the months. Except for a few days here and there, but it's probably 6 days a week, hopefully. Is Arc playable? What's Arc? Is that the white red Arc? Or is that a card in a new set? It's a good magic card, but maybe it's just outclassed by tablets. Who won Howdy Gamer's prediction? It was free bans, free total bans on bans. I didn't even put my own life on the line. So let's see, maybe tomorrow I'll play. What does Blue White Artifact get? What do I want to try? I want to try, maybe I'll do it if I can get the cards at League of Hammer Time. Like, is Skilly good enough to play in the just Blue-Eyed Artifact? You have very few equipments and no other dwarves. Oh. I get to play like Bilbo Thief in the Night, probably like a one of. The new key, the new 1-mana key. Whenever you attack recruits. That one's not the worst with Tamio. But it's a free mana card, it's probably all expensive. Key to the side door. XDD Kiss? I don't get it. Isn't it the same emote than XDD? Oh, it's moving. I just don't see it. Oh, I don't have the proper. No, it just doesn't. Do you not have GIF emotes enabled? Yeah, I guess not. Let me see if I can fix that. Chat settings. Emotes only chat. No, that's not it. Why do I not have them enabled? How do you go? I don't know. Maybe I can't even do it on OBS. You have to enable 7TV. Isn't 7TV already enabled? If I get the emotes. I haven't streamed in 5 days and now I don't remember anything. Whatever. Please you didn't fall for the Twitter scam since your incredible chat made you stop tweeting. The browser extension. Oh, so maybe it just doesn't show in. Maybe it just doesn't show. Because I have it on like my OBS. I have the chat on my OBS, right? That's where I read chat. I have OBS open on my second monitor. And maybe OBS just doesn't allow for that. I'm assuming it does. Oh, I just don't have the extension at all. How do I fix that? How do I not? Oh. This. No, but I don't want to switch to Chrome. I want Mozilla. There we go. Finally, it still doesn't show on. Maybe I need to refresh, but I don't think these things ever show on OBS. Can't stop technology. All right, I'm gonna call it stream this way I can help Liz with the bath and stuff, like the little one's bath, and she doesn't have to do too much. But it was good to be back. I missed it. I really enjoyed just spending the whole day with my son, not gonna lie. That was also nice, but I don't know. I guess I'm lucky. I'm in a good spot where I really enjoy streaming and also really enjoy my time off. Looks like he's playing some old school day. Old school game. Oh, Macy is still on. All right, Macy. Macy probably just assumes I'm never coming back. Slow to the race, just like my king. Time to farm some rank, slow king. I don't even follow. What do you mean I don't follow? I follow. Zoominos? Oh, I've been playing a decent bit of Zoominos in my free time, but I think I got to the point where It was a lot of fun, but it's also like to beat the game. I feel like it's always the same. Have you been playing? Isn't it always like the Earth stuff, right? The like the baboon that doubles the leftmost, and then that's like kind of the good end game. I don't know. I feel like it's not like the cloud stuff is not good. The water stuff is like can get there, but yeah, maybe I'm just not trying. I don't know. Maybe I just not playing well enough. But I also have a rule: I can't have two addictions. Not counting magic because magic's my job, but so I can't have basketball and Zumino. So might need to make a choice. But yeah. See you later, everyone. Say hi to Macy. I'll be on tomorrow.